Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is Arcanic Esports Sunday Funday, and it's time for match number 1. It's time to start off with Erangel, baby. And here we go. The flight path is here, initiating from the western regions of military base, finishing off towards 7-year basic flight path. I mean, favoring the central regions of Erangel map. Heading towards the central regions of Erangel map is going to be very much easy for teams. Heading towards the western and the eastern regions is going to be a hell of a task. I don't think will find any team heading to his Nova Rep, nor even heading to his Lipovkan Multiply is very much difficult. This is Sunday, fun day. I guess teams are going to take it a bit lightly. So maybe teams will head towards their primary drop location instead of working really very hard in this phase. The first circle just got initiated, and first circle is favoring the northwestern regions of the map. And this circle is kind of a problem because there is a river in between. And if we keep on witnessing centralized shifts by the circle, then teams will be confused a lot where to head. But Corona gets knocked out, and immediately after dropping, there's a fight coming in from Sosnovo military base, and that's a huge fight coming in. That is 22 Esports, in my opinion, who is in C building. And Team IR, immediately after dropping, they'll be facing a casualty here. So Irish Esports, they're sort of in a sandwich situation. They have nowhere to go. They cannot run back to this. Horsey Esports, and Rakan gets a surprise there, but just get knocked out. He will just get knocked out by Hammer. I thought Rakan will survive, but that couldn't happen. So now Base by Alexa is the two surviving. 22 Esports, they are just watching this fight. Loopsy is not playing today. So 22 Esports, they are, I guess, surviving without Loopsy. They're playing without Loopsy. No, Loopsy is there. Alright, Loopsy is there, but he was quite separated there. Dropped in a very separate compound, far away from military base. That was dangerous, but that is absolutely fine. 22 Esports, they have a experience of dropping in such a pattern. And Loopsy doesn't have any idea about the positions of players, where they are actually in a military base. But this is a very huge fight, and especially in Arena Horsey Esports, they'll be under tremendous pressure. Same goes with Team IR as well, because they've not got a really great start from this Erangel game. And this is Sunday fun day. The winner takes it all. So you need to finish well on the points table, because even though most of the teams, they are not playing that much seriously, but if you want to gain confidence for your upcoming events and tournaments, you need to perform in Sunday fun days. This is important. So IR getting a bad start now. Maybe two players will head towards the safe areas. Won't really push against the side. Won't really swim against the side. Won't really push hard. And they'll just head towards the safe areas. And they'll just try to survive. But Sage Esports, Smokey hard carrying his team, getting 3 eliminations. Archer is out of this game. So first casualty will be faced by Team Sage. That came way too early. Early grave dug by Archer for himself. And that's a sad thing for him. And Sage Esports, I mean, they have a habit of facing casualties in the initial stages, so maybe they are not really surprised with what has happened now. Let's see how much outcome they can fetch out from this important game. The very first game, you need to start off well. They've got a great start, 3 elims. That's a really good thing. And maybe they'll collect loot on their way. I guess they are planning to go for an early rotation inside the circle. That will be great for them if they move early. Because as we saw, there's a huge river in between the circle. And the circle, if keeps on going for the central shifts, then there will be a lot of confusion in the minds of teams. And it will be better for players if they just keep holding the center of the circle. Down to 1 player, Team Secret is. Miserable start for them. Kogi is the last player surviving. And now Kogi has all the responsibilities. And he is stuck in such a big cluster. He has nowhere to go. Look at the amount of teams right now in the outer skirts of Rozhok, inside Rozhok. And in the southern regions of Rozhok, there is Team TP Esports right on their hill. And they'll be getting that height advantage. So yeah. Can they add more frags to the list? Spidey is going in. Gogi gives a surprise to 1. Knocks him down. Spidey closing in, and he wouldn't want one to be flushed out of this game by Gogi, but Spidey instead gets taken down. So Gogi pulls a 1v2. Red didn't see that coming, and that was Rusty who'll be knocking down Red. Shelby now, he's the last man standing, and there's so much pressure right now on Team BBC because they're in a sandwich situation. and Gogi of Team Secret has already given them some nasty blows. So getting out of the situation is very much difficult for them. TQ, till now, they have got nothing. And Rusty has been maintaining a huge split till now. Lux have already closed in. And maybe TP doesn't have any idea about the numbers of Team I8. Uh-oh. That's straight away slamming coming in by Team TBW. Mitra barely surviving on 30-35 HPs. That's not going to be enough. And Calmly Touch Me just drops that first aid. But Mitra won't be able to pop it in. And pressure is on. And now maybe Mitra will pop in that first aid. And will focus on opponents. And Team TQ hasn't really taken care of Rusty. He's the solo guy of Team TBW. In the close range areas. But he moves out. Takes down Lux. And maybe the flush coming immediately. Surely Team TBW wouldn't like to get eliminated from this game without any finish. Did Wraith knock down any player? And Mitra is making situation manageable for TBW. Just one last player to be revived. But I feel like Rusty is going to get eliminated because 4 players there are. And I mean, we've seen 1v4 is happening, but it's not that easy for now. Because Team TP, they're not really giving any opportunity. But Rusty takes down 2 now. So you never know. Rusty gets the flush as well. So Rusty has already pulled off a 1v2. But uh-oh, just for that extra loot. Rusty making a silly mistake, gets knocked out. He didn't have much resources, I guess. He didn't have much bullets there. And Rusty will be taken down. And maybe he'll give up as well. But Sani finishes Rusty. And the star player who was carrying Team TBW till now, he's out of this game. He's eliminated way too early. And maybe Rusty could have brought so many eliminations for Team TBW. But now they're moving in. And that small passage, that small staircase, it's always panicking if you want to breach the first floor with that staircase. It's always difficult. And Mitra now has to deal with 2 players. And Mitra is understand the situation that Akim doesn't have much ammo in it. And that jump shot will put in the end. TBW is out. They're eliminated on 18th position. Not really a good start coming in the Sunday Funday. The match win wasn't that great. Just 4 elims coming in. 4 points. Not really a good start. We'll be focusing on Miramar. All the very best to them. Team Secret. Gogi has done a really great job. But now Gogi has an opportunity if he wants to move out. Maybe he can move out of Rozhok. Because this is stage 2. Circle moves for an Eastern shift. VCA. Vision Codex Academy, straight away heading towards the center of the circle. That's a good move. And along with them, they have a company there. That is Genesis Entity, who is also present right at the center of the circle. So maybe that might lead to a clash between VCA and Genesis Entity for that compound. Because still, the circle is favoring the river areas. Now, the 3rd circle, all eyes on 3rd circle. The players must be expecting a sharp northern shift or a sharp southern shift, mainly heading towards ruins, or the southwestern shift heading towards the big Everest of Georgia. Well, if that happens, that will be maybe a bit of relief for players, because a river in between, that is an ugly circle. That just demands a lot of sacrifices and hard work from players, and players are maybe not really ready for that. 22 Esports, they'll be losing AZ4, and they're down to 3 players, but the thing is, Loopsy is still alive. 22 Esports still intact with 3 players. I mean, a loss they have faced, but that won't really pull them down. Not at all good loot they have. They're still checking out if they can get something in these houses. The Pachinki is completely vacant, but 22 Esports is not taking that much amount of risk to breach Pachinki and deal with campers, although there is nobody there right now. But yeah, good precautions are being taken there by 22 Esports. They gotta hurry up. They need to start moving towards the circle as they are far away for now. And 3rd circle is about to initiate, so if they continue with this much amount of healings, maybe they won't be able to make it to the safe areas. They'll run out of healings, they'll run out of HP. Team AC, 2 of the players have been knocked out. Type blocks will be flushed out. Team Sage Esports, they're getting under the skin of Team AC. Such a wonderful job is being done there by Team Sage. Till now, this is probably the best start Team Sage has ever got in front of my eyes. And they'll be looking forward to convert this game into a winner-winner chicken dinner. Because if you get such a great start, and if you cannot convert a game into a winner-winner chicken dinner, all that hard work goes into the way. And even after performing so well, if you don't end up getting a winner-winner chicken dinner, it affects the confidence of your upcoming games. So yes, Team Sage, they're still intact with 3 players. Although they face the casualty, that's a whole other thing. But they are bringing in elimination points for them. That is really very important. And the Sunday Funday lobby is actually very much important for players, because this is the lobby where they get to enhance their gun power, their gun skills. Murphy's just sitting in the corner. Can he get a knock there? And Reflex knows, I guess. He sensed the presence of Murphy. He maybe saw the shotgun coming out of the window. The S187, the pump shotgun, is pretty much long. He maybe saw the nozzle there. And Murphy, choked with that grenade, goes for another one. Oh my goodness, that grenade was right on target. Aura! Fetching more aura for himself. Just 2 players. Now Smokey and Aura harder carrying this team. Nothing we've seen by Reflex till now. But it's okay, this is just the beginning of the game. But on 17th position, that will be an elimination coming in for Team AC. Assassin's Crime. They are out on 17th position. So now we are just left with 16 teams, 51 players. It's a huge number, and the kind of circle it is, it will make it very much difficult for teams to just settle down inside the circle. And third circle is pretty much important now. If it goes for a centralized shift, the playing area is comparatively less. There might be a huge chaos happening at Ruins, because in the southern regions, there are a lot of teams. And comparatively, it is easy to move from Ruins regions. Circle moves for a southern shift. So now all the teams present in the northern areas, they have to execute a huge rotation, because they cannot settle down in the northern edge. They cannot settle down in the north, as there are no compounds there. Maybe few, but not enough for all the teams to settle down in there. So maybe chargeable containers will be a hell of an investment, but we can see Team Warning Shots. They will be capturing the container region, the chargeable container region. BLK hasn't moved yet, and BLK doesn't need to go for a long rotation, but yeah, they need to be future oriented, because if they move hugely now, then probably it will benefit them for the future. But if they just go for a short rotation, then maybe end stages they'll need to move, and that's the time when you don't want to move much. Fight coming in from the Chargeable Everest. SOG has a threat of being stabbed in the back. It could turn into a sandwich situation. Yeah, they're dealing with 2 teams at a time. JD, please keeping an eye on Team Warning Shots. And at the same time, it's Team DV, I guess. DV Esports. They'll be accessing that Chargeable Everest. And SOG couldn't guard the complete hill. They couldn't block the complete hill. At the end, they allowed Team DV to climb up. And that is kind of disappointing, maybe, from SOG's perspective. Because DV now, comparatively, they are in a strong position. They have the height advantage. And if this fight begins, they might really start controlling the SOG. And already they have faced a casualty. So numbers disadvantage thing would create a huge difference in this fight. They gotta be very much careful. GE down to 2. They were just playing with 3 players. Vision Codex Academy looking forward to revive the players. Sugro almost got knocked out there, and finally Sugro will get knocked out. Kyrolet, don't make any mistake with that spray. And Vision Codex Academy again. Now they have to start saving their assets. They need to start saving their players. The question is, who is going to take that much amount of risk to save Sugro? Kyrolet now knows that there is nobody trying to help out Sugro, so he better flush this player as soon as possible and get this frag for him. Because Sugro might even give his frag to some other team, and that's what GE doesn't want right now. Each and every elimination is valuable. GE, hats off to them. Despite of being 3 players strong, they headed towards the center, and that takes guts. That was incredible. But SOG, they're down to 2 players. The fight has begun. WS Looking forward to go for that third party, and I called it. SOG might end up in a sandwich situation. This is such a terrible position for Team SOG. Getting out of here is literally impossible. Well, still, JD Please has an opportunity, but he's not really ready to give up here. He wants to fight Team WS rather than just submitting or giving up. And the circle number 4 has been initiated, so WS now, they gotta wind this fight up as soon as possible because they have to head towards the circle as well. Maybe DV will just sneak out, or they've heard the grenades coming in, so maybe they'll push in a little bit and try to get some hands on the players of Team SOG. But JD Plays, he'll sneak out. Termy, he's stuck for now. And DV versus Team WS, this fight might start really. But King spotted Termy there, and Termy will be knocked out. And now WS, they'll be completely focusing on Team DV, although he hasn't been flushed out yet. Donald Trump, he's getting that revival. He'll be surviving on just some amount of HPs. But WS, this will be a huge challenge coming in for them as they have the low ground disadvantage. And most of the times, whichever team has the higher ground advantage on Georgia Paul Everest ends up winning the fight. So I guess this is a huge red flag for Team WS. And there's not much time left, just 40 seconds. It's not a huge time. DV, they're stepping back, they're moving close to the circle, they're taking precautions. They're not swimming against the tide. They know the circle needs priority for now. Because if stage 5 starts and you're inside the blue, you will be engulfed by the blue zone. That's what WS and DV doesn't want. But WS is not ready to back off from this fight. They are sort of chasing DV right now. DV just keeps on pushing themselves back from this fight. They are withdrawing from this fight. But WS is just not ready to let them go. Cutby will be caught this time. WS gets a elimination point there. Gets a advantage. Gets a numbers advantage over Team DV. Rolex will be knocked out. King, maybe he got stuck there. I don't know what happened, but he couldn't move. Well, Donald Trump, he's moving in and he gets knocked out too. And this is what happens when you just try to chase your opponents blindly. I guess WS got too much hungry, too much greedy. Orange gets knocked out. Money bringing in a whole random connection through the smoke. That is brilliant by Money. And the revival will be given to both the players. Maybe only one will be saved. That is King. Donald Trump will be compromising his existence in this game. He won't be saved. WS needs to move right now. Just 2 seconds remaining. Money, you cannot revive your teammate, trust me. And you will like to get knocked out here in order to save your teammate, because you won't be saved either. But Circle moving for a northern shift, and this circle is a nightmare, trust me. It is so much difficult to survive in this kind of circle. GE heading towards the ridge. Monk will be taken down, and Kyrolit alone wiping the existence out of Team 22 Esports. That is disappointing. Well, we were expecting a lot from Team 22, and they couldn't prove themselves. The Kyrolit, he's not alone on this ridge. The teams continuously trying to go for that slamming, or they are just trying to get control over that huge ridge. And Kyrolit will be finally baited, and Crazy takes him down. GE is out of this game. They're eliminated on 11th position. So Kyrolit, with a really good effort, he tried his very best, but at the end, it was just not enough. Yes, he is. Maybast. Well, even he is all alone. But one good thing Maybast has, that he has a good hold of the circle. But if the opponent sense it that he is all alone here, then maybe it might turn against him. SOG is out of this game. SOG is eliminated on 9th position. So Maybast, that is not an underrated position. A lot of teams are having their eyes on you. Anytime that slamming might turn things worse for Maybast. He has to be very much agile and quick there. And the most important part is, while those teams close in, he has to be so much sharp with that vehicle tracing. That matters a lot if you just want to control a team while going for the slamming. And maybe Sage Esports might end up heading towards Maybast. No. Sage Esports. Monkey! Smokey, that is, I'm sorry. Smokey pulls off a 1v2 and he makes situation manageable for Team Sage. That is such a good breach. And I guess just now one last player is surviving, but Maybaz, now he has to do most of the job here. And he's under the bridge. Money, he's out. WS gets eliminated from this game. They're eliminated on 7th position. Arafi will be finished out and the frag got stolen. So Team Sage Esports didn't get the taste of their hard work. And from this game, Team 21 gets eliminated. 4 teams, 11 players are just now alive. Maybast under the bridge. PLK Esports surviving with 4 players. 9 elims they've secured till now. They've done such a great job, Team Blackout. And now it's time to end this game on a positive note. Even ALP Esports, I mean, I had tremendous expectations from ALP Esports. And I feel like in this first game, ALP Esports has shown resilience. But yeah, who will finish this game is a huge question. Because there are 2 4-player strong teams. One team with a duo and 1 solo player right under the bridge. Nobody knows about his existence. PLK Esports, they have really good weapon combinations there. Neon with that MG3 might make such a huge difference in this fight. But the biggest problem here for Team ALP Esports is that the circle has been them. They're not really present inside the circle. And Neon doing a great job finding connections right through the smoke. That was just a random spray he went for, and Reflex gets knocked out. Smokey immediately switches on to the grenade. Neon looking forward to go for the flush. Smokey falls down. Reflex gets knocked out. That's Maybast surprising. But Neon will put an end to Maybast. Smokey maybe is underwater, but ALP Esports taking advantage of situation and they are closing in. Neon now he's the last man standing and he cannot do much. And Smokey is out. He's eliminated because of the blue zone. And ALP Esports, it is going to turn into an easy winner chicken dinner for them because it's just a 1v4. Team Blackout, they were bothered by Team Sage and Team Secret 06 right at the same time. Maybas ruining everything. Ruining everything for Team Blackout. But Neon still trying his very best, going for the Rev. And he'll succeed. But he senses the presence of players there. King just gets knocked out. So yeah, not a tough battle left for Team ALP Esports. They're about to end this game in a convincing fashion. Crazy is underwater. He'll get burned. And that's the end, ladies and gentlemen. ALP Esports getting a magnificent winner chicken dinner for them with a total amount of 9 elims. That is such a big deal. Great job done there by ALP Esports. And yeah, first game. Really good for ALP Esports. And after a very long time, I've seen ALP Esports getting a winner chicken dinner. That's a positive sign. Let's see what they can do in Miramar. It's time to take a short break, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be right back with match number 2. Till then, make sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for match number 2. It's Arcanic Sunday Funday. We've had a great time in the last game. Erangel Esports managed to get their hands on winner chicken dinner, but it's time to show up again because this map is comparatively more difficult. It's time for Miramar, and here we go. Well, that's a pretty good flight path. Initiating from Patona, finishing off to his La Cobreria, favoring the western regions and the central regions. Mainly 2 regions are favored by a flight path. Even the northwestern regions are being favored by this flight path. So heading towards the eastern regions is going to be a task for teams that is pretty much difficult. Alep Esports, my eyes is on them, where they are going to head. That's the question. Maybe a slight change in the strategy will be expected from their side. Because Alep Esports, since they've got a really great start in the last game. So I believe Alep Esports will play a bit passive here in Miramar. Especially in the starting phase. They'll be a bit lazy. Will avoid fights. And then maybe in the later on stages, we'll try to focus on eliminations. And even in the last game, that was not a elim-oriented gameplay which we saw by Alep Esports. All the eliminations they secured it in the end circle. So they mainly focused on survival, and later on they pressed that accelerator way too hard, and they ended up securing really good frags and a really good winner chicken dinner. So yeah, 19 teams, 74 players we have started off with. And no such fights happening right now, but 7G Esports may be in a compound clash, and there is a breach. Assassin Crime's Rain is inside the compound. And maybe Luffy is closing. Oh, Luffy's far away for now. Yeah, who's gonna take down Rain? Murphy squaring up. So Rain will be getting decent amount of cover there from his teammates. And 7G Esports not taking that much amount of risk for now. And just to get this one elimination point, they wouldn't sacrifice their players. Arafi from Open trying to close in, and maybe Arafi had no clue about Rain. Assassin Crimes Rain gets a frag, but maybe Rain doesn't know that he is facing. Oh, he's just facing one player. I thought there were 2 players of 7GE in this compound. There's one that is Hassan, and Rain is looking so much confident with that grenade making a difference by such a huge mark. That was not expected. And Team Secret? You gotta be kidding me. Team Secret getting eliminated from this game. That is Vision Codex Academy. Starting off really well and sending Secret Esports back to the lobby. Right in the defense status. Luffy with Murphy happening. That's a close range fight. But since Luffy has that shotgun. Oh, he switched on to a Thompson. That is clever. And Murphy will be humbled. Wishguard trying to give as much as cover as she can. Wishguard's way far. And Luffy doesn't have no healing. That's the problem here. But is there a cover coming? Does Bullet have a off-guard angle? Absolutely. Bullet will knock down Wishguard. That was Luffy will be knocking down Wishguard there. And Team Assassin Crimes, tremendous amount of pressure on them. They took a taste of their own medicine. Here, Rain took down Arafi by camping. Arafi had no clue. And 7G Esports with a perfect retaliation. And AC is completely trapped now. And they're thinking what they have done. They are completely analyzing the things which they have done in this fight. The decision they've taken. Were they right? Typeblocks and Rain must be the two surviving, but since Typeblocks is AFK for now, he won't be counted in. And it's time for 7G Esports to eliminate that close range threat. Hassan has been buying time since a very long time. And Hassan knows where Rain is, so it's just a matter of time. Luffy and Bullet will gather enough amount of utilities, ammo, anything they need. And yep, then it is gonna be a straight away slamming on Assassin's Crime, Rain, and 7G Esports will try to assassinate Team Assassin's Crime. They'll try to pay back, they'll try to give them a receipt. It needs to be done. BOK Esports Team Blackout had a magnificent performance from the last game. But here, starting off early, Reflect will be the last guy. Ingus is out. And let's see what Reflect can do now. Rakan will take him down. That's the end. Blackout Esports gets eliminated on 18 positions. So all the star teams from the last game are getting eliminated in the initial stages. Alep Esports hasn't started yet. Alep Esports. Uh-oh. Diaz gets knocked out. 2 of the players of Alep Esports have been knocked out. And it's Team Sage. And yeah, all the big teams now in a state of worry. Down in Team Alep Esports as well. Maxtro gets out. Takes down Smokey. Reflex knocking down Maxtro. The knockdown came in trade. Tiramisu, Diaz, Gems, Tree is surviving. But Sage Esports, they look much more dominant here on Alep Esports. And we all know what Sage Esports did in the last game. They're having a pretty fine day here. Maxtro will get that revival, so maybe it's a 4v4 again. Did Sage Esports revive their Smokey? No, not yet. So Smokey will be flushed out, so Sage Esports, they're eliminated from this game. Reflex, he was probably the last player surviving there. And Sage Esports will get eliminated from this game. Alep Esports. Fine points from the initial stages. Miramar is a bit tough to deal with. Yes. You have multiple opponents here. Even the Sandstorm breaching in. So the whole dimension of the game changes. But Alep Esports must be very much happy here, because at a point they had faced 2 knocks. 2 of the players got knocked out. They could have faced 2 casualties, but that didn't happen. And Alep Esports turning those 2 knocks into 4 elimination. That's a great work done by Alep Esports. Come a really far way. Come a really long way. Picado, GE versus SOG happening. GE again has the dominant hand, but Baba Yaga gets knocked out. There is a threat of being flushed out, and that will happen. Tell me, is low. Kyrolit won't mess up there. A 1v2 by Kyrolit. And who got the other frags? Is the question. Was SOG playing with just 2 players in this game? Yup. SOG was playing with 2 players, and that's a pretty bold move. Just playing with 2 players and heading to his Picado. And that too, indulging yourself into a drop clash, not even backing off. That takes guts. And SOG, they just got 1 elim from this game. And yep, another early elimination. This time getting eliminated on 16th position. Now they're in a state of worry. This is where Rondo becomes very much important for teams. And you know, I've seen teams making a comeback out of Rondo in the last Erangel. I mean, I've seen teams doing nothing in the first Erangel and the second Miramar. But I've seen them doing so much in Rondo, just going for the 30 elims, winner, chicken, and after that showing up in Erangel as well. And then finishing up in the top 3 on the points table. I've seen that happening. So you never know. SOG still has a chance. But if you fail in Rondo, then it's probably game over. Then it's done. The deal is sealed. You cannot change things for yourself after that. Sunny, last player surviving for TP, is not really interested to bother TBW for now. And he'll let them pass. But Raw Esports is pretty much close. So yeah, you never know. That depends completely on TBW Esports. Are they interested to initiate a fight? They're 300 meters away from the circle. They're collecting vehicles for now. Stage 2 has been initiated. And this fight will maybe stretch till the 3rd circle. So are they really ready to give up their healings, what they've collected till now, just for these extra 4 elims, is the question. And TBW Esports making a straight decision here. That circle matters a lot to us. They've already messed up in the last game. We don't want to do that again. So yeah, let's head towards the circle. Let's meet inside the circle. And yeah, now they're right on the edge. So maybe BBC will be bothered by TBW. Spidey was in the firing range. The players were maybe having a thought back of their mind. Should they initiate this fight or not? But yeah, you need to now drive your vehicles pretty carefully, because you never know. BBC Esports might stop and they might check out on you. And if that happens, if they had stopped, if they had checked here on TBW Esports, then maybe TBW Esports would have faced some casualties. That didn't happen, so yeah, the journey continues. Second circle, moving for the northern shift. There are a lot of ridges here near the western regions of Crucial Valley. A lot of ridges, a lot of dips, and Igel with the most map study outsmarts the other teams. That happens here in this kind of circle. TV Esports 2 elims coming in early. But now the complete point is grab the center of the circle, because now in this meta, mostly we see, right, not the dot center, but mostly the center of the circle is favored by the end circle. Especially in Rondo, we have seen that happening most of the times. I mean, the center of the circle is favored a lot by the end circle, so there are no hardships happening, and there are a lot of clashes happening for the center of the circle. That happens in Rondo a lot. But Miramar here, circle moves a bit differently, so completely heading towards the center of the circle, completely being dependent on the center of the circle. That is kind of strange. It's probably the last player surviving for Team IR. Lupsi and Tiffany starting off well. 22 Esports. Yeah, good stuff for them. Alexa, last player surviving, and it's just a matter of time. Maybe the back tire has been punctured. Alexa cannot sneak out. And now Alexa has to deal with this 1v4. And 22 Esports, they're closing in too. A lot of pressure on Alexa, but there's no such thing like impossible. And again, Team IR having the same sort of outcome from this Miramar as well, just like that Erangel, this Miramar getting waivers for them. And yeah, Sosno Combinator base was a curse in Erangel for Team IR, getting sandwiched by two teams. And there as well, there was Team 22 Esports who gave them initial casualties, probably. So yeah, they have probably a love story here going on with Team 22 Esports. 2 consecutive games, and 22 Esports bothering Team IR. But 22 Esports needs to be very much careful in this game. Yeah. Even this team has the standard, has the potential to, you know, finish on the top stages of the points table. This team has the caliber to finish at the top of the table. So 22 Esports, after messing up in Erangel, will see a lot of hard work done by them in this Erangel. That is true. Third circle has just initiated, ladies and gentlemen. It's a northern hard shift, so we are probably heading to a story Ahumida finish. Yeah, that is exciting me. Are we gonna head towards a city finish? If that happens, that will be amazing. And that will just exhaust these players. Is city finish, you have to do a lot of hard work. BBC facing their first casualty. Sporty is out. That's GE giving them their first one. And now just trio surviving for BBC. They better take care of their players and keep on surviving with 3 players. This is a pretty important game. So there's just 4 games in the Sunday Funday finals. So as there are 4 games, the first Erangel, if you fail in the first Erangel, the Miramar becomes very much good for you. And it's kind of a do or die. If you don't have tremendous amount of gunpowder on your side, you cannot completely rely on Rondo. So you have to deal in this Miramar and get... You have to deliver in this Miramar and get those average points. ABC going for the desperate slamming on TV. Coming in from the south. Right from the edge. Shelby showing positive signs there. Really positive way to start. Well, Jenny now has a off-guard angle. One moves in. Party is low. It's a really good damage for himself. One there, but Red gets knocked out by Orange. And Red hard pushing there. There was no need to just indulge himself into a 1v1 against Orange. He could have held there because TV Esports was getting overexcited. And they were trying to take initiative. They were panicking there maybe. So yeah, BBC Esports just spend some time there, which they didn't. And now 1v1 against Kitty. Joey will be providing that enough amount of cover. 1 gets some good amount of damage for himself. 30 is closing in. 1 knocks down a player. Orange gets knocked out as well. So is Jolie the last player surviving now? Jenny, Jolie, the duel surviving for Team TV. 1 will be flushed out immediately. Shelby is the last man standing. Can he go for a 1v2? He has a TBS. Totally stabs him in his back. And that's the end. BBC's out. Cutty, Orange will both get that revival. But is anybody interested in that slam? And Sunny from a range, maybe he dealt a spray there. But yeah, while heading towards the circle, even he'll be caught. Monk gets that frag. 22 Esports. Adding the third elimination and eliminating Team DP on 12th position. What a burst that was. Great control. And Raymond will be quiet for now. Won't show his pixel. Won't make a mistake to show his pixels to Monk, because that is way too risky. And Team 22 Esports, they look for these kind of opportunities where they create the opening and they get a free hand, directly push in and get more eliminations for them. That didn't happen there. And now NW Hope, Ash OG is the last player for Team Row. Alexa will be taken down. Team IR is out on 11th. They're down on points table. They're down bad. Rondo is the last hope for them. I hope they perform well in Rondo, because if they don't in the last game, have to play dirty. Ash OG will be caught by TW. Pricing was a bit poor there, but that vehicle being knocked out. And maybe the vehicle will explode now. Ash will be taken down by Alright, so yeah. Now TBW making things alright for them. And yeah, elimination coming in for Team Row Esports. They'll be getting eliminated on 10th position. 30 players, 9 teams is the number. TBW Esports having the control over the south. Whichever team rotates from here, they'll have to pass through TBW, and that's not going to be easy for them. 22 Esports, now they're looking for an opening. And this is a challenge now for 22 Esports. Let's see if they can get a knock. And while pushing as well, it will be tough for them. Execution needs to be good. And you need to deploy your players in various angles so that you're able to breach that compound from different angles. Heading towards that compound from a definite angle will be a bit risky for 22 Esports. Yeah. From this one single direction, if you try to head towards a single compound, it's easy to keep an eye on you. Even TV Esports having the same thing on their minds. Everybody just want to secure the southern edge. Horsey, that's GOAT, I guess. A lot of teams accumulating, forming right at the center. Such a huge cluster. Most of the teams forming up in the southern, not at the center, but in the southern part. Kyrlet is out, and Kyrlet has been hard carrying his team. Uh-oh, FPS! Rahman gets knocked down by Mayfast. One shot, where is he? Rahman gives up immediately. One shot, bleeds out to death because of the blue zone, and elimination coming in. Mayback gets knocked out because of the blue zone. There's no way SCS is going to survive the blue zone. They don't have much healings. Now maybe the only player surviving for SCS is alone. Ego as well. Wow, their 4 players strong. Yeah. And they get a compound for them. They didn't really need to work hard for this compound. Although they made some mistakes while rotating. But yeah, they didn't need to fight for this compound. It's a pretty decent one. All you need is a hard cover when you're lacking in numbers and when you are submissive. That's what SCS have now, and that's what SCS has now. Let's see how much can they fetch out for them. And now probably TV will be bought by SCS, and this is a backstab scenario. Orange had to run out of their organ, but what did he do there? Going right in the open. And that was a gift given to Ego. SCS getting their second elimination. Orange doing a blunder there. And Team TV, they're down to 3 players. Well, that casualty I wasn't expecting at all. I mean, he was having a cover there. Barely his legs were exposed. He ran away straight away to his open area, proning there and giving a gift to his opponent. And Ego with that Mini 14 is vicious. I put down another one. Monk gets knocked out. Rusty was trying to get a bit naughty there. Easy 4. Bad news for him, but Lucy is healing himself. Uh-oh, Lucy moves in for that fight. Zeno is healing himself, and maybe he'll revive. Easy 4. Loopsy is gonna get flushed out. There's no way he's gonna survive. Zeno needs to revive his teammate, and then he has to do the retaliation job. Team Horsey will be the target. Oh, gets knocked out, but Zeno will be seen by Alep Esports, and the flush will come in. Erin knocking down Jolie of Team GB. The Horsey Esports, they're fighting 2 teams at a time. Hammer is the last man standing, and Goat will get that revival. TV is out of this game. There's 5 teams and 10 players are now alive. Alep Esports again maintaining the numbers. I told ya. Alep Esports is solely gonna focus on survival in this Miramar game, and they are probably heading towards the second winner chicken dinner. In the end circle, all you need is numbers advantage and the circle advantage, and Alep Esports has both. So it will be a miracle if some other team wins this game, but I feel like I'll call it now. Alep Esports is winning this game. No matter what you do, it's now very much difficult to snatch the circle out of their hands. Only if the circle god, only if the gods of Miramar chooses to not allow Alep Esports to get this winner chicken, and then only there is a possibility for other teams to get a winner chicken dinner. If not that, then maybe it's over. Nix is out. Diaz takes him down. Alep Esports getting another one. And now there are 4 opponents in front of them, and Alep Esports will try to get their hands on all these 4 opponents and add more frags to their list. So it's going to be a decent winner chicken dinner coming in. Joe 1v1 against James, and James got knocked out. Oh! Shot connections missed there by Tiramisu. Eagles reaches onto the mini. Max Stroll helping out his teammate Tiramisu. Eagles out. SCS gets eliminated on both position. Easy 4 versus Horsey. It's a 1v2. Alep Esports, they wouldn't want Easy 4 to get these frags, but Erin takes down Easy 4. So yeah, Team Horsey getting their 6th elim. It's a 4v2 fight. And the complete circle control is with Alep Esports. While this fight was going on, Alep Esports was trying to grip hard on the circle, and they'll succeed in it. Hamer gets knocked out. He didn't probably hear the footsteps of Diaz while climbing up that water tower. And Aaron is the last man standing. That grenade will be right on target. It is all over. Alep Esports is just unstoppable now. 9 elims and a winner chicken dinner. That is fabulous. That is great. I hope you guys have enjoyed, ladies and gentlemen. If yes, make sure to hit that like button and the subscribe button. We'll be right back after a short break with Rondo. Till then, stay tuned. Alright, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? We are heading towards Rondo, and it's going to be chaotic in the initial status because we are going to witness a lot of fights. Here we go. It's going to be match number 3 of Arcanic Sunday Funday. Flight Botany shooting from the southwestern regions of Southern, finishing off towards the northeastern regions of Yungu, favoring the central regions of Rondo map. Heading towards the northern and the southern regions is difficult. But the question is, what kind of a circle are we going to witness? The first circle is very much important to shape the complete play of the game. If the circle is favoring the central regions, we might see a lot of aggression by teams. Maybe a lot of holding because teams are heading towards New York's factory. So the recall phase might be a bit long. But just because the first circle doesn't favor New York's factory, teams, they are in a hurry, they're in a rush to get out of the fight as soon as possible so that they can head towards the circle. But if the circle favors New York's factory teams, then they're not in that kind of hurry because they don't have to go anywhere. They can just collect loot fire and stay there where they are. First circle favoring the western regions of Rondo map. A lot of teams heading towards Yulin, and it's better to drop in the outer skirts rather than being dropped right at the center. Because you're the center of attraction and then multiple teams can get their hands on you. That's one thing you wouldn't want. Orange gets a surprise there. From sidelines, maybe Rolex gave him some damage. And then he got a surprise. So, he's out. Team Secret has no elimination yet. SOG? Wow. First dealing coming in for SOG. Right in the recall phase. That is pretty good for Team SOG. Team TV is out. They're not completely eliminated from this game, but surely the recall phase is now over. Horsey Hammer is in a 1v3 situation. SCS surrounding him. And can we see a miracle happening here? Can we see a 1v3? Well, he's out of that building. He's not into that building. So maybe SDS doesn't really know about the presence of Hammer. But it will be a surprise for SDS happening. So Hammer, once he knocks down a player, he'll try to flush him out completely. That will be a disaster happening for SCS. Datka gets knocked out. SOG trying to swim against the tide. Sage Esports right on the ground floor. One of the players is knocked out. Smokey goes for that revival. And it has been executed. So now both Datka is the two surviving here. SOG Gojo, maybe he's the last man for Team SOG in the fighting zone. So yeah, not that great of a recall phase SOG has had. Not that great of a recall phase SOG had. Smokey gets knocked out now, Bo, with that grenade. And now, Team Sage, they are losing their grip on this fight. And especially the angle right now. The angle Archer has, that is such a cheap angle. You cannot do much out of it. But now, Bo, when he jumps down, he has to make connections. And he will take down both the players. That is crazy by now, Bo. Great control on that SLK. And the flush will come in immediately. Team Secret adding 2 more eliminations. Well, these will be their initial eliminations from this game. But one good thing that their players haven't been eliminated yet, so the recall journey still continues. Hammer gets knocked out. He knocked out a player that was SDS Ager, but one good thing that he is in flush out. That was a surprise for SDS, but they'll be facing no casualties. So yes, still 3 players into the recall phase. That is very much important. And now pressure on them too, because they have to now turn this recall phase into something big. But they have just secured 1 elim till now. That is not at all a good start. They need to start getting more, because they've been fighting since a very long time. And just 1 elimination till now. They were surrounded by enemies. They were surrounded by opponents, by teams, by players. But yeah, just 1 elimination. That is pretty disappointing. And SCS knows that. And now they're down to 2. And 7G Esports came forward to challenge them. And Luffy gets knocked out from the sidelines. Definitely a revival will be expected there. But Hassan, he's dealing with his own endeavors. He is so much low. Sunny, yes, he will knock down Hassan there. And 7GE, yeah, they will get out of this Yulin region without fighting SCS. And again, now D-Rock gets knocked out. And Stanley now from the outer skirts will start closing in. And maybe this time SCS will get to fight some team. It's a 2v1 fight, but at least they will be able to completely indulge themselves into this fight. Because again, 7G Esports wanted to fight, but Sani went for the third party and stole all those frags of SCS. But now he steps up and will be taken down by SCS. So now second elimination coming in to the pocket of SCS. And now the Yulin regions are almost vacant. But if you head to the factory, X33, oh, he will be overwhelmed there. Tias humbles him. Murphy will get caught too. And that is Team Genesis Entity showing up out of nowhere. Rain is the last player. He needs to find out a record tower as soon as possible. And that will be absolutely stupid if Rain opens his fire. It's not even good to look. Don't even consider fighting here, Rain. Get out of here as soon as possible and recall your teammates back into this game, because that will be the most foolish move ever. If you just open your fire here and invite your opponents to come and finish you. But Alep Esports, they've been dominating in New York's factory. Can they set a record of 4 consecutive winner-winner chicken dinners? I mean, the way they are playing, the way they are mauling this lobby, they can do it. They can make it happen. History can be created. And now just 4 opponents in front of them. TP, WS. Even WS maintain the numbers thing here in New York's factory. They know how much important it is to have the numbers advantage. And they dropped on the outer skirts, mainly the southwestern regions of New York's factory. They deliberately dropped in the outer skirts, and that's a good thing, because being right at the center, as we all know, you are overwhelmed there. You become overwhelmed. That's not the kind of elimination you'll be looking forward to. But Alep Esports will be facing a casualty here, so WS making the numbers factor even Steven. But Shots is way behind, so maybe he won't be able to participate in this fight. So Donald Trump and company has to fight on their own. King takes down James. And now it's a 2v2 left. Alep Esports has to fall back, and Alep Esports needs to look for a recall star. Tiramisu, he'll be separating himself, but he hasn't completely headed towards a recall star. And I'm surprised how Alep Esports is playing all in here in the fighting zone. Donald Trump will be stabbed in his back, and the flush will come in immediately. He was in a way too open area. Alep Esports bouncing back out of nowhere. Does Shots have an angle here? Can he see anybody? Can he see Diaz right on that rooftop he's lying? And Diaz has been down. Shots. If he stands up to open fire on Diaz, maybe Shots will get knocked out. And he knows maybe that he is being watched by Diaz. Diaz again got an opportunity there. And now maybe he has seen Shots. Shots makes the attempt again. And Diaz, you need to get out of here. And that was a close call. And now who is going to head towards the recall tower is the question. Because till now, Alep Esports hasn't been in the mood to recall their players. And now maybe Tiramisu, since there's a recall tower so much close to Alep Esports, they'll recall back their players into this fighting zone. But they'll have to get out of here. The more time they spend, the more probabilities of them are to get eliminated from this game and face permanent casualties. Vision Codex Academy, by the way. I guess they are challenging team BBC. It's going to be an epic fight, but Vision Codex Academy is taking too much risk in a way too open area, and Cirque, oh my goodness, that was a close call. You need to drive your vehicle carefully. He's completely paying attention on the movements of the team BBC, so maybe he fumbled a bit there. Vision Codex Academy, BBC, both these teams, table bottom, so they have a lot to win. By the way, second circle has just got initiated. It was a centralized shift by the circle. And right at the center is Jaltin, TP, almost heading towards that hill. That's going to be a huge hill to capture for them. How many players do they have? Just 2. Kutan, Sani needs to be recalled back into this game. Kutan and Sani are needed to be recalled back into this game. Look at Lux, how much far away he is. And I hope he has tons and tons of healings with him, so that he can travel all the way to the circle. And Loxy maybe He'll head towards the recall tower. He'll take the risk there. The Jouted Hill is still present inside the circle, so it could be game-changing for any team. Any team grabbing the hill might change the direction of this game completely. They can get under the skin of all the teams present in the nearby areas. Who will it be? Will it be Team 9, that is TV Esports? Or will it be Team GE heading towards the hill? But right at the center is going to be Raw Esports. TVW dealing those shots from a range. Nexo did go knocked out. He will get that revival for sure. VCA losing 2 players. Vision Codex Academy having a really hard time. So now I guess the elimination is pretty much sure for VCA. Cal Maxi will be taken down. Show me. It's another frag, and it's a 1v1 fight against Hybrid. Show me is relying on that S12K. Help arrives immediately. Aggressive. Fades. Hybrid. Show me is pretty much low there. He goes for the jump shot and he fails. Show me gets knocked out, but the help arrives immediately. So that was a close call. Show me could have got eliminated. That didn't happen. It's okay. Hybrid is out. Team Horsey lacking in numbers. 7 elims coming in for Raw Esports, and this is the game which gives an opportunity to Raw Esports to make a comeback. But yeah, you need high amount of eliminations. With this momentum, you cannot get #1. With this pace, you cannot get #1. And only the winner takes it all. So you have to hit hard to get #1 for yourself. Get into contention. Maybe VCA brought back their players into the game. Afterlife phase now on for Team VCA. They'll be using their second life. All their 4 players are alive, so they were firing near the recall towers. They knew when things went south, they'll be using those recall beacons, and they did so. SCS alone immediately gives up. Some rotational flashes out from there, and the question is now, does he have a recall left with him? And Aura is not gonna let Team SCS settle down there. JX33 finishing Ego. SCS is out. They're eliminated on 15th position. Last game, pretty good last game they had. As compared to their angle, it was way better. But here again, falling short too early in the game. All eyes on the air angle now, and they know that they can't do much in the air angle. So maybe now the lobby, the last air angle game will be pretty much dirty. We'll be seeing a lot of aggression from teams, and a lot of aggression, especially from SCS side as well. And a lot of teams, when they have nothing to lose and a lot to win, in that case of scenario, in that case, teams really perform well. Teams, they deliver. I've seen this happening most of the times, that teams was done nothing. The teams who have done nothing in the first 3 games, they eventually perform in the final game, in the 4th game. So yeah, you never know. Code Circle has been initiated, moving for a piston shift. IR really has a good position inside the circle. A-Lip Esports, are they eliminated from this game? I hope they're not. But now, sadly, we'll have to accept that A-Lip Esports, they are out. Pretty casual approach by A-Lip Esports. And the most casual part was them completely indulging into a fight in Neon's factory. That was the most casual part, in my opinion. After that, they tried to bounce back. They tried to clear the mess they created, but they got too late. And A-Lip Esports has been eliminated from this game. So does VCA. Vision Codex Academy, they were eliminated on 13th position. And now it's pretty much chaotic inside the circle, because there are a lot of teams. Teams present deep inside the circle will be in a less panic mode. Teams are firing on the edge. That will be an expected slamming coming in from Team TBW side. It's a 3v3 now, but Gogi gets knocked out, making it worse for Team Secret. Anonymous using that utility and might get Mithra. Yeah, that was a fine grenade. Mithra gets knocked out. Just a 2v2 left now. Anonymous, can he make another connection? Already touch me was low there. Get damage seeked by Anonymous, but that won't be enough. He has to knock down his opponents. It's a do-or-die situation. Secret Anonymous, risky revival that is. A Grenade right on target. Might completely rip him off. And Kogi is out. Third party from Team BBC. Kogi has been eliminated, so down to 2 players now. Team Secret is. And Anonymous being mauled by those grenades. He has to step back. Splinters affecting him. Anonymous, low he is. TBW Esports back to 3 players they are. 1 man up they are. And 1 man advantage they'll be having in this fight, but still taking no initiative. Secret Esports trying to close in, trying to step up. That gets knocked out, and eventually he'll be finished out. Immediately he'll be humbled. Anonymous will be the last ray of hope surviving. But Team TBW, they need to keep an eye on the circle as well. Anonymous, he really has a fighting spirit here. He wants to fight TBW Esports, but he doesn't want to get out. But understand the bigger picture here, Anonymous. If you just avoid this fight and enter the circle, you might get plenty of opportunities of getting frags. But even rotating from here is going to be hell of a risky for him. So, yeah, that is stupid even to consider. Sneaking out. You cannot sneak out. You have to fight. This is a fighting situation. You cannot run out. 10 elims for them as well. And they've been struggling with the attendance of players. They're just playing with 3 players. That is true. And GE, even though they were playing with just 3 players, they've done a perfect job in this game. Great job by GE. GX33 will be wiped out. Team 40 is out. They're eliminated on 8th position, but Mitra gets knocked out. WWE Esports finding it a bit difficult for them to make the situation manageable inside the circle. It will take them a few seconds more just to settle down. And once that happens, they will start retaliating too, because they have a really good position inside the circle. And a split maintained by Rusty and Touch Me. Both of them are separated, so they need to watch their backs. If one of them gets knocked out, it will be so much pressure on TBW then. Players will be under tremendous pressure. Revival won't be possible there. And Rusty finally reunites with his teammate. And there is still a possibility of backstab happening. Look at Anonymous. He hasn't opened his fire yet. And he has aim on BBC Esports. But Touch Me. Oh, he's going to be flushed out. Rusty will be taken down too. Anonymous. Beauty that is. Team Secret Anonymous clutches DBW. It doesn't matter. It still was a 1v2. And he himself gets eliminated. Team Secret gets eliminated on 6th position. Look at that. He didn't bother BBC at all. Well, if he had knocked out a player of BBC, maybe that was Shelby. If he had knocked out Shelby there, then maybe he could have taken down Shelby and he could have clutched Team TBW as well. Both the things would have done at the same time. Both the things could have done at the same time. But just because he wanted to steal that frag there, he couldn't execute that clutch. But Shelby, my goodness, he spotted Lux. And DB couldn't. And Lux is out. DB couldn't see that. A player was sitting right next to them inside that vehicle. They couldn't spot him. And TV, they lost the extra point here. A BBC moving up to 12 elims. A dozen of elims will be secured by their side. And now the priorities are straight. Manhandle the weak. TV is down to 2. Shelby being boarded by the blue zone. That's a messed up decision made by Shelby. BBC is down to 2. Shelby's out. Spidey 1 is the duo surviving. Spidey is low. Spidey's knocked out. So 1 is the man who has to execute it well if his team wants this winner chicken dinner. Kyrolet gets knocked out. Team TV fighting them all. 1 from the sidelines. Almost got Gertie there. Jenny a bit separated. GE will be taken down, and GE gets eliminated on the 3rd position. 1 clutches GE. Well, he took down just 1 player of GE, some Japanese named guy. He's out. And GE gets eliminated on 3rd position. 1 versus Team TV. It's going to be a 1v2 fight. Goes for that left beat, takes down Jenny, but retaliation was beautiful. It is all over. Carty, 7 elims, and a total amount of 14 elims will be secured by TV. Winner, chicken dinner coming in. What a game Rondo has been. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and if yes, make sure to hit that like button and the subscribe button. We'll be taking a short break, and we'll be right back with the main event of the evening, which is going to be a wrangle. Till then, like, subscribe. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for match number 4. This is the main event of the evening. And again, a similar flight path. Initiating from the western regions of Sosnoka military base, finishing off towards the western regions of 7E, favoring the western regions of Erangel map. This is the last game, and all those teams who are not in contention are going to go way aggressive. I guess Elo Beast was there at the head of the table. Definitely, after 2 winner chicken dinners, there's nobody who's even close to them. So Elo Beast was there at the head of the table. Maybe Elo Beast will play passive, but all the other teams, they're going to go absolutely nuts. Horsey heading to his military base. That's the only team who is heading to his military base for now. Sage Esports, again, they'll have to do some early job as they're going to have a drop clash coming up from the compound. 2 teams heading to its Primos, that is WS, and along with them, there's another team heading to its Primos, and that is going to be Team Assassin's Crime. TV heading to its Quarry, they're all alone there, but they need to watch their backs, as whichever team wins the Primos fight will go for early rotation, and might find the players of Team JV looting there. Yeah. But the fight has started. JX33 is low. Murphy has a sideline angle. Donald Trump cannot cross, and he sensed the presence of Murphy there. So, Norix will be taken by Donald Trump for now. And both these teams are not in contention, so it doesn't matter who wins this fight. It's just a formality now being done by players in this last fight. Money is out of this game, so Team AC, they're just playing with 3 players. Numbers factors have been even Steven now. So Team AC, now they should win this fight after starting so positively. They should win this fight and at least show something. Show something to the audience in this one final game. Show what you've got. Show your true colors. And Rolex and maybe Epic Player will take it on against Vishka, Team AC. They'll convert it into a 1v2. Maybe Donald Trump will follow Rolex. And it's good. Take down the players one by one. Solo split has been maintained by Team AC, so it will be fantastic if you take down players one by one. That will be good. And Team AC is not expecting that for now. Team Secret versus Team Vision Codex Academy. Team Secret with the early loss. They're down to 3 players now. And again, a miserable start coming in for Team Secret. At the same time, SC is getting an early frag. First elimination coming in. And this is what I was talking about. SCS versus Sage Esports might happen. And Sage Esports for now, a early setback they'll be facing as Archer is out. And they are down to just 3 players. But SCS, they're not waiting. They are now going after Aura. They're just trying to sit into that vehicle. Aura needs to keep an eye on SCS. They'll be getting an opportunity there to trace the vehicle down and knock down some players. But yeah, Aura is climbing up that rooftop building. Reflex Smokey. Uh-oh, they're trying to collide that vehicle. Aura with a great tracing. Ego gets knocked out. Alone will keep extending. Aura this time makes the connection. But yes, Smokey is going to change along with Reflex. Reflex is kind of low there. Smokey Reflex, both of them stopping. Alone has the high strong advantage. And Alone will knock down Smokey there. Reflex in trade. Knocks on Alone, and still it's manageable. And SCS is out of this game, I guess. No, not yet. Alone gives up there. SCS is still alive. Maybast is the last man standing. Sector 06. Down to just 1 player. And Maybast heading towards the safe areas. It's pointless to fight now, but it's even pointless to survive. Here's Sector 06. 3 games, they've done nothing. They're nowhere on point stable. Even if you win this game, you're not winning cash for you, because the winner takes it all. But yeah, what if he gets a winner with a chicken in the last game? At least they'll be able to do some more farming there. Secret Esports down to 2. Datka is gonna get flushed out. VCA manhandling Team Secret. Both the table bottom teams. Well, that guy's trying his very best. But that's just waste of time. I don't think any opportunity Team Secret will get to revive their player, Datka. An explosive start in this game. A lot of teams, they're fighting. TP is out of this game. TP has been eliminated on 16th position. IR versus Blackout Esports happening at the big city of Georgia. That's a great burst there by Reflect. The next there. Base Boy gets knocked out. There was a really hard pick by Base Boy. He'll be getting knocked out there. Blackout Esports found a opening. And crossing the road, saving Beast Boy. It's a hell of a task for IR. And Team Blackout, they've closed 10 to flush out. Base Boy's out of this game. And down to 3 players now. Team IR is. That's a problem. And that was unexpected. That even Team Blackout heading towards the big city of Georgiapur, the northern Georgiapur city. That was unexpected. And IR heading towards the northern city as well. I mean, that was unexpected too. You had such a huge area on the map. But still heading towards the corner of a map. The corner of the map. Yeah, I mean, that is really difficult for me to understand. The Blackout Esports, they have tons and tons of experience in northern city. They know how to do in the northern city. Alexa is out of this game too. So 1 by 1, Team Blackout will keep on eliminating the players of Team IR. Alexa, Beast Boy. Early grave for them. Corona gets knocked out. Rekan, last player, he just has a Uzi there. He needs to reload. Uh-oh, and he won't be able to jump out of that window. Reflect didn't get knocked out. But yeah. Elimination coming in for Team IR. They'll be getting eliminated in 15th position. Rolex will be shut down. And that's Team WS. Warning Shots is out on 14th position. So now there's 13 teams, 41 players are now alive. Alep Esports pretty much close to Team TV. But Alep Esports won't move now because it's dangerous for them if they start moving now. Because there are a lot of predators roaming around the map. Who are just mainly looking forward to target the tabletop teams. Raw Esports versus Horsey. Both these teams are moving parallel. Uh-oh, Raw Esports. That's the sad news as Nexo is knocked out. Show me. Cancun splashes that vehicle. Doesn't even get out of that Bugatti. Changes the seat and fires Show Me. Fires on Show Me. But Show Me takes down Cancun's. Try out making the situation manageable. But the run over of Erwin was goated. Cancun's is out of this game. That is sad. Horsey Esports starting off early with 3 elims. A casualty happening. No team around them. Oh, it's Team GE showing up. GE, even they've had a good last game. But still, they need to do a lot of tasks to get #1 and the cash for them. Because the winner takes it all, I'll remind you all again. Horsey Esports is trying to sneak out. You cannot have back-to-back fights. So Horsey Esports need to escape. But what if they escape GE and meet TV? Yeah, that might happen. And Hammer straight away heading to his TV. Oh my goodness, he will be trapped. And look at his HP now. But yeah, he isn't knocked out and he'll get enough amount of time to heal himself. But he has to be prepared for the backstab. As GE is closely watching this fight. Hammer gets knocked out. Hyrule sideline angles and completely now Team Horsey. They're submissive. One last player surviving, that has got to be Hammer. He's banned that vehicle. It might give a surprise to the players of Team GE. He hasn't been seen yet. And now GE preparing themselves for this fight against Team TV. Hammer's position, look at it. Kyrolit might get knocked out and he'll be flushed out immediately. But Hammer didn't open the fire yet. And GE is not able to look. They're not able to spot him while he's sitting inside that vehicle. And GE Japanese, whatever that name is burning there with that Molotov. Climbs up that rooftop. Jenny gets knocked out. TV is under tremendous pressure. That smoke has been deployed. The Karti won't be able to knock down the opponent. Cobra takes down Karti. Orange will heal himself. Kyrolit is trying to close in. Hammer didn't do much there. But Hammer shows up. He closes in. And now he's trying to attack the Japanese guy of Team GE. Gets nothing. TV is out of this game. They're eliminated on 10th position. In Horsey Esports, Hammer now moving closely Just a 1v2 left. Easy ref. Coming up there. Now it's a 1v3. And that's a savage Pixel P coming up. GE gets 2 teams at a time. Horsey's out. DV's out. DV got a winner chicken in the last game, but it doesn't really matter. This Orangu goes unweighed. They're eliminated way too early. Second circle has been initiated. It's the northern heart served by the circle. Secret Esports now. They're fighting Team Sage. I guess Vision Codex Academy, they're out. I think so. I'm not sure. But yeah, Vision Codex Academy, they're eliminated. Sage Esports controlling this fight as there's the numbers advantage. Oh, Secret Esports, they've been trapped in this house since a very long time. They're not really allowed to move. Anonymous is not even close to Kogi, so if one of them gets knocked out, they're not getting a revival. They are not going to be brought back into this game. So now tension is rising for Team Secret, and such a great angle has been created by Team Sage. They're bothering Team Secret from 3 different angles. Smokey gets Gogi. Anonymous will be taken down too. So Team Secret, within a fraction of a second, both the players have been eliminated. And Team Secret gets eliminated on 8th position. They tried their very best, but Team Sage, they're known for their gunfire. And today they are performing well. They're playing well. Ignis is out, I hope. Pubg Esports is not eliminated from this game. But yes, they are. There's nothing we can do about it. Pubg Esports with early elimination. They won their drop clash. They saved their respect. They won the ego fight. Losing inside your home, losing on your drop location is a huge discount. That's what the Pubg didn't face, which is, I mean, satisfactory for them, in my opinion. Asif. It's a tight fight, really tight fight. Needs to use the cover properly. Switches on to FPP. Headshot connections were sharp. They essentially gets knocked out. Alright shows up. Alright gets knocked out too. BBC controlling this fight completely. Mitra moving after it doesn't spot her. Touch me. Alright, will be finished out too. So Mitra now officially the last player surviving for TBW. And now maybe BBC will take the initiative and they'll close in. And they will wipe out the existence of Mitra. Third circle has been initiated. It's a northern shift. Sage Esports, they're on a hunt. They're heading towards the Georgia Bull Everest. It's going to be an easy placement point coming in for Team Elip Esports. Probably 2 placement points now they've secured. But probably they'll press hard on the accelerator for now. Because they have no eliminations. Hyrolit gets knocked out. Smokey, despite of having that low ground disadvantage, he nails it. And that will be an easy rev. But yeah, the guy jumps down. Smokey will be knocked out. Aura is in a way too open area. And GE, whatever the name is, I don't know. Close in. Aura! Well, that was a different movement. He peeked in between, but he got knocked out. The flash comes in immediately. And Elip Esports shows up. Diaz gets a surprise. Didn't know about Reflex position. Elip Esports gets a casualty. Well, they have 2 eliminations, so Elip Esports did start early. Got some eliminations in their bag. They're not completely empty-handed. Reflex is out. Kyrolit does a great job there, and Kyrolit has been contributing for Team GE a lot. Contributes again. Elip Esports is backing off. Maxtro will be trapped. Hyrolit is the man again. James would like to sneak out as soon as possible. The water is getting over their head. Uh-oh. The vehicle now is the problem. And GE will start chasing the players of Elip Esports. Situation got out of their hands. They lost the entire control over this fight. They had to get out. Max was still knocked out there. James has been trapped and open. That vehicle will be sacrificed. BBC Sporty will be taken down by Mitra. What's happening there? Is BBC Esports out? I guess so. Mitra pulled out a 1v2. So now Maybas, easy survival, making it to the top 4. And Mitra for TBW making it to the top 4 as well. Uh-oh, James will get knocked out. Tiramisu came back to give him a lift, but that didn't work out. And how long is Tiramisu going to survive here? How long is Tiramisu going to travel? And he's being chased by Kyrolit. Kyrolit just wants to get each and every elimination. Tiramisu is now cracking open. And get that buggy. But it'll be better if Kyrolit just punches the tire of the buggy. Tiramisu won't be able to sneak out. He won't be able to run away. But he gets that buggy and he will travel a distance. Oh, look at his HP. And again now, the back tire has been punctured. And Tiramisu, he has to hide himself here. GE Esports has been on a hunt. Can they snatch the hashtag win out of Alip Esports' hands? Well, Alip Esports got 2 winner chicken dinners, so it's kind of difficult for Team GE to do the task. But yeah, getting all the elims and a winner chicken dinner might lead to a close call on the points table, you never know. Mitra shows up, Tiramisu. He had the engine sound there of the vehicle. Where is Maybast? Look at him. Probably headed to his Harkey. That is such a wide rotation by Maybast. But yeah, he'll make it to the circle on time. He'll make it to the circle on time. Already he has secured a hashtag for this. Is probably the best performance of Team SDS throughout the day. GE, well, they'll revive their teammate who was knocked out by falling. And GE, well, I'll call him GE. I don't know how to read Japanese, so I'll call him JE. He got a bit low there. Mitra getting good damage. Uh-oh. But the most desperate man gets flushed out. Mitra will be underestimated there. Mitra gives back a reality check. GE gets knocked out. Tiramisu has been spotted. And GE is losing player now. Genesis entity, they're losing their players. This is a problem. And this winner chicken in there is slipping out of their hands. Tiramisu versus Cobra. It's going to be a 1v1 fight. It's going to be a delight to watch. It's going to be close. How is this turkey happening? Alip Esports Tiramisu has to win this fight if he wants to get this winner chicken dinner done. Cobra deals immense damage on Tiramisu. Tiramisu switches on to the grenade. That's going to be a well-cooked one. Cobra will be taken down, and that's a genius move by Tiramisu. Elimination coming in for Team GE. And they are eliminated on 4th position. They didn't see it coming. Wow. Maybast, Mitra, Tiramisu is the trio surviving. And I'll insist them to search each other as soon as possible. Because this is stage 5. It will be better if this game ends right here, right now. Because there's nothing much left. Maybast, what the? I mean, you're holding inside a shack. God damn it. Get out and look for opponents, pal. You're not gonna achieve anything by doing this. This is just negative aura by Maybast. What is he even trying to do? Oh my god. He's gonna pull this game so much long. 3 solo players we have. It cannot get worse than this. It just cannot. Tiramisu on the hill. Mitra gets a vehicle. Maybe Mitra will push a little harder. Maybe won't think much before closing in. Alip Esports definitely needs this winner chicken, and I know it's absolutely fine if Alip Esports is camping or playing passively. Because, yeah, they need a winner chicken dinner. But Tiramisu can see Mitra moving. And, yeah, Tiramisu has seen a opponent out of 2. But the point is, Mitra is so much low. How did that happen? How did that happen? Was it Maybast? No, he's just sitting in that shack. I don't know what the hell is he doing there. But he is just camping inside that shack, hoping that he'll get this winner chicken dinner. Even if he gets it, it doesn't make a huge difference. Tiramisu heading towards the circle. Mitra is out. Mitra spots Tiramisu. The shots coming in. Mitra gets some amount of damage there. For himself or herself, I don't know. Mitra's a boy or a girl. But yeah, this is the reason why Mitra lost his or her HP after grazing that warehouse with his or her presence. The vehicle is stuck now. But Maybast will be entering the circle, and maybe now his position is revealed. And he moves closer to Tiramisu. And he doesn't know that Tiramisu is actually present there. So it's going to be a surprise coming in for Maybast. And Tiramisu is not moving much. Maybast pulls a grenade. I guess he knows the presence of Tiramisu. Oh, we never know. We never know. Oopsie. I guess Maybast doesn't know about Tiramisu. Does he? Does he know? Where is that grenade gonna go? Tiramisu is gonna get out of this game! That was close. And Tiramisu doesn't even move. Oh, wow. That was a wild grenade by Tiramisu, but doesn't make any connections. But this time, Maybast deals immense damage on Tiramisu. That will work for him. Still not enough. But what is this man trying to do? I don't understand. Why is he not participating in fights and just camping? Just finding new spots to hold and camp. How is that gonna work out? Mitra will be taken down, and finally now it's a 1v1. Guys, end it as soon as possible. It's stage 7 already. We're almost 2 circles delayed here. And Tiramisu, by the way, is interested in this fight. Maybast goes for the burst, makes the connections. Maybast pulls a grenade. Tiramisu is gonna grace Maybast with this grenade before... Oh no, that grenade will be overcooked. So now this fight will be fought with bullets, guns. Maybast trying to go for that side angle. Tiramisu didn't see that happening. Oh my god. Esports, they're definitely gonna be victorious of Arcanic Sunday Funday. They are gonna win this. Hashtag win for them. That is true. Nobody can snatch it out of their hands. And hats off to Tiramisu that he understood the responsibility, how much crucial it is for Esports to play passive in this last game. And win and seal the hashtag win completely. Yeah, Esports in the mid stages, they got a bit aggressive. They were in a hurry. But yeah, again, they controlled their emotion. Tiramisu just changing the pace of the game, getting placed in the top 2. But it has been so much rare. Team getting 3 winner chicken dinners out of 4. It still hasn't happened yet. But you never know. It might happen. And Tiramisu doesn't know where Maybast is. He's expecting Maybast to be on the airdrop, looting that level 3 gear. But Maybast is now out of the circle, and how much is he gonna hold? You better make it worthy, Maybast. Holding so much and not getting the job done, not getting a winner chicken dinner, that's a disgust. And that will be a winner chicken dinner just with 2 elims. So yeah, you better get this job done. If you're holding so much and if you're not winning, that is shameful. So you better win. You better win. And now with those baby footsteps, he's just trying to close in. The blue zone is moving in. Just 10 meters, he gotta move in. Tiramisu knows where he will end up. And he already has a grenade in his hands. Maybast is into the circle. Tiramisu already has a grenade in his hands. That should be a welcome grenade. If Tiramisu hears Maybast crawling, then it's probably game over for Maybast. Yo, grenade right on target. Doesn't deal that much amount of damage. Maybe this time Tiramisu will use that Molotov. Is that on target now? That's the question. Not really. This is an ugly kind of a gameplay, to be very honest. This is not the kind of gameplay we expect from one of the finest teams of Europe, especially Maybast. Now he's using a pan, trying to do something creative. Why don't you just push in rather than doing these tricks? Pan comes back. Another one will be tried by Tiramisu. Will he be able to connect this time? Maybast panicking so much. Goes to the left, B connects really well. Is he gonna close in now? Is he gonna close in now? Come on, make it happen, Maybast. He's trying to bait Tiramisu. It's not gonna work. He's a part of team. He's a part of a team which has secured 2 winner chicken dinners out of 3. You are not gonna bait him with this trick, Maybast. Oh my god. How much long is it gonna be? How much long is it gonna take? Just one last fight. Again, Maybast goes for the pre-fire. Makes no connection. Tiramisu is still holding in that corner. He's not ready to give up. And I'm completely in support of Alep Esports. I mean, they have a lot to lose. This time Tiramisu deals really good damage. He closes in. And he'll take down Maybast! It is all over. And Maybast, after holding so much, I mean, that is shameful. You held your position so much, you camped so much, but you couldn't get a winner chicken. And at the end, your opponent had to lose his patience and push against the TPP. Still, you couldn't get the job done. That is bad. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. It's the end. Bye bye, good night, and take care.